you're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom Moy, and of course, today is an amazing day because it's Friday. It's just some hours to the weekend, and some persons weekend even start from today. So you're welcome to the show, and of course, today is one of the days where we show you some event that we have covered across the country. So today is an amazing one. Like I said, we have a long time guest, and it took a lot of string to pull her to be part of this program. Of course, she's joining us via Zoom, and that's because we're talking about how to take care of ourselves, and of course, supporting other women, because there's this word, women supporting women, and at the same time we tend to see women bring down women, not women supporting women. It's like it's the men supporting the women. But anyways, we're here to teach you how you can actually support women, love yourself, and at the same time you can actually be jealous of your fellow woman, but not the unhealthy jealousy. It's a healthy one that makes you have this drive and passion to be better. Of course, before we start talking, welcome you to the show again, and we're streaming live on Galaxy TV News on our YouTube channel, so like, subscribe and share, and you can watch us live from there. Also, we have other YouTube channels. We have Galaxy TV Entertainment, we have Galaxy TV Comedy, we have Galaxy TV News, and of course we have Galaxy TV Vibes, where we have all of the red carpet moments from every event across the country. So you are welcome again. Like I said, we're talking about how to love ourselves more and loving and supporting other women. And so before we introduce our guests, as usual, let's go take a tip. And after tip, okay, we take a breaker. After the breaker, we have a tip. Then we'll come back to the studio, of course, to introduce our guests and start talking. Stay with us. Still gonna wire right back.
Tips on self-care. Self-care is about looking after your physical and mental health to achieve and maintain a good quality of life. But some of us neglect our own needs. This is because we prioritize other people's needs over our own, especially when we care for someone else. Or we do not have the time for self-care, or we feel too guilty or tired to take care of our own needs. Here are 7 ways to build self-care into your routine. 1. Stay active. Keep active within your own limits. This could be swimming or going to the gym, exercising at home, walking, running, or trying a new sport. Number 2. Improve your sleep routine. If you're not sleeping well, you may benefit from making lifestyle changes. Eating your last meal of the day earlier and avoiding caffeine and screens in the evening may help. A regular calming bedtime routine, listening to relaxing music, reading or breathing exercises can help you wind down. Number 3. Practice mindfulness. Learn to take some pauses in your daily life. This is when you stop doing and practice being. You can try mindfulness meditation that involves noticing what you're sensing and feeling in the moment without any judgment, slowing down your thoughts and letting go of tension. Number 4. Do something creative. The pressure of everyday responsibilities can make it easy to overlook creative interests and skills. Think about reconnecting with something you loved when you were younger or had time more for it. Drawing, painting, music, dancing or singing in a choir can all be relaxing and energizing. And if done as a group activity, they can offer the chance to make new friends and gain a feeling of belonging. Number 5. Make time for friends and family. Set aside time to see friends and family, share experiences and have fun. Number 6. Take regular breaks. Try to avoid taking too much on. Have an early night when you feel tired. Instead of scrolling on your phone, you could try relaxing activities such as a long bath or listening to your favorite music. If you work, rethink the belief that you always have to push through. Take regular annual leave and sick leave if needed. If you have caring responsibilities, arrange respite care and learn to ask others for help. Number 7. Try taking therapy. You can see therapy as a lasting investment in yourself. Among other benefits, a therapist can help you learn how to be kind and passionate to yourself and can help you understand what your self-care needs are and how to meet them.
Right, yes, you're welcome back to Women's Corner. Yes, those are the tips for you to have your self-care. So we're talking about how to love ourselves more, and also while you're loving yourself, you can love and support other women. So we have an amazing guest. She is a success Olaleye Asuyo. She is a program director for Food and Gene Initiatives. She is an empowerment advocate. She is also the CEO of House of Adora. You know, I never knew about this one. She's also a teen mentor and a coach, also a multiple award winner. She has done amazing well for herself, and of course, it's not first time we having her here. She was here last year, I think early last year, so we had to bring her on because she's one person that the first time I spoke with her, she was like, can we talk about friendship amongst women, like women supporting women, like can we just love ourselves? And I love the fact that she was already coming that way. I was like, oh, can you be my friend then? And it's amazing. It's been a beautiful journey all the way through, and she's carving out time for us today. So can we have Success Olaleye Asuyo on the screen? Can we have Success Olaleye on the screen, please? Okay, I do not know what's going on, but I felt she's ready already. Okay, she is ready. Hi, good morning, Success. It's good to have you again.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
It's good to have you.
Happy New Year. I think it's the first time on the show. Yeah. Thank you.
Success, you look chubby compared to the last time I saw you. What are you eating, please? Can I have some? Okay, it's good to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so I'm just going to go straight to the point. Now, like I said, you know, the first time I spoke with you and I saw this drive to you know, bring friendship to a very good term when it comes to women. Because from what you said, you felt a lot of women, they just use this quote of women supporting women, but the fact is we tend to shade each other. We're the first person to shade each other. We're the first person to gossip about ourselves. We're the first person to look down on ourselves. We're the first person to say, oh, she's too skinny, oh, she's too fat, oh, she did this, oh, she did that. And I just wanted to ask, what was your drive? Why did you come out and that was the first thing, like, please, can we talk about friendship in women, amongst women? So what was the drive? What happened? Was there a story before you could say that we need this thing in place, or there was something that happened to you and you just feel like, okay, we want to talk about this? So what is that thing? Can you share with us, and of course tell us why you think it's important that we try to create a beautiful friendship amongst ourselves as women?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me once again. And I mean, I didn't know this was the way the conversation would actually go. So you got me on this. Anyway, no problem. So, well, not like I had a very serious story like that, but I think it just stemmed from the place of the things that I've seen in the society, coupled with what I've seen in my own life. If you remember, I once shared with you that I've had beautiful friendships with women, and I don't really think I can remember any very serious drama as opposed to the way I see it out there. And I just think that we, when we're really canvassing and we're really asking that, you know, women are taking their place in different areas of life, different sectors, from business to leadership to governance to so many places that we're saying women's voices need to be heard. This same group of people who are clamoring that their voices needs to be heard should not be the enemies set up against themselves. So this is my belief. This is something that I think should be written on the mind of everyone, that as women, we really need to stand up for ourselves, because the world is already standing up against us. So why are we still standing up against ourselves? You know, I mean, that's what I think. And because I know that friendship can actually be beautiful, we can have relationships that are not necessarily friendships. Because sometimes we use the word friendships loosely. We can have relationships that are not necessarily friendships, but they're also quality relationships among women. We can have mentor-mentee relationships, and it's actually among women, and it's healthy, it's beautiful. You're not competing, you're collaborating. So for me, that's it's just from a personal knowledge and my personal story, where I've seen beautiful friendship born from my relationship with people who are women, and then the fact that I feel like if women truly want to take a seat at the table, they shouldn't be hating on themselves, because the world is already, they are a marginalized set of people. It's getting better, but we still cannot take out the fact that women are being underrepresented in different sectors and walks of life. So we cannot continue to be our own enemy. So it's just that, basically.
Thank you very much for that one. Now, you said something very key. You said there are some relationship that we can have with women which are not necessarily friendship. Now that is very confusing to me, so I need you to really explain, how can I have a how can I have a relationship with a fellow woman, a lady like me, or a girl child, without necessarily having friendship? What is the difference? What are the boundaries? What are the don'ts and do's? I really need to understand, because trust me, I believe that if people can actually differentiate between a relationship which is standard and your relationship blossoming into friendship, I think that would help us manage this women supporting women of a thing. So please go ahead. What's the difference, so that we could know and differentiate?
So first of all, I believe Women's Corner is for everything that will make women thrive and make women grow and develop into their full capacity and all of that. So well done. I knew you were going to pick me on that question. And basically, this is just what I'm saying. There is no hard and fast rule. There is no one size fits all. There is no do and don't. But basically, it's just about setting boundaries. It's just about knowing what people are to you and who people are to you. And this is not just about women to women. It's just a general phenomenon. It's just like a general principle where everybody is not necessarily your friend. You should know when someone is your colleague. The person can actually be a good colleague to you. You have a very you have an amazing working relationship, but you should know that this person is my colleague. So you should be able to set clear boundaries, where you're not assuming everybody is your friend and you can share very deep, intimate things with them. Because this is actually the problem some people encounter. We have not attained that level of friendship, but you are already sharing your information, your deep secrets, with that person you have not attained that level of relationship with. So there are different kind of relationships and different kind of vulnerability that should be attached to it. There are certain things I should be able to share with my very good colleague, but I cannot share with an outsider that I just met. There are certain things I can still share with that colleague, that I can share with a friend, I meant to say, but I cannot share with my colleague. There are certain things I will be able to share with a friend in my inner circle that I cannot share with every random person I call friend. I don't know if I'm able to pass my message across, but what I'm simply saying is, number one, we should be able to identify what role people are playing in our lives, what name, what title we should actually give to people in our lives, and set clear boundaries. Because when we set clear boundaries and we know that this is just like when we're talking about this boyfriend and girlfriend thing, and then people are saying, I thought we were in a relationship, and then somebody is handing you over an invitation card when you actually thought you are dating the person. You are dating the person that is not dating you. That kind of thing. So you cannot be friends with someone that is not friends. Because I was telling myself yesterday something, I was just ruminating about something, and I'm saying You can actually be friends with someone, but the person is not friends with you. You understand? And this is just seeing you as a neighbor. Person is just seeing you as someone that we worship together in the same religious center. But you are saying, she's my friend, my friend, my friend. So the reason why people get hurt is that they don't define their relationships. They don't set clear boundaries. And because of that, they expect, and the expectation is out of proportion for the depth that relationship has. So when I say friendship and relationship, I think I've been able to clarify what I'm saying. So there are other kind of relationships you can have with women, and it's beautiful as well. You can have colleague, a very good working relationship with a colleague that is a female that is also, I have that. You can have a very good relationship with a business partner who is also a woman. As a woman, you can. But the person is not necessarily your friend. You can have a very good relationship with a church member, with a neighbor, but the person is not necessary. And when I'm using the word friend now, I'm using it at a deeper level. Of course, we can actually say, am I supposed to be enemy with this? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying friends where you share, some real things together, where you connect on a serious level and on a deeper level, and you're able to share some things that are, personal and what have you. So that's it basically. I don't know if I've been able to, do justice to that question.
Justice to that. Thank you very much. I'm very sure people will be able to, put different boundaries to all of these things, and know that you can actually have your colleague and still have a relationship with them, but you have to respect yourself and not, mix being your colleague or your acquaintance and mix it that, oh, he's my friend. And sometimes you see some people say he's my best friend, and like, your best friend, do you even know what best friend means? Okay, that's not why I'm here. Okay, now if we can actually define that relationship, that friendship for women. Now, a lot of women have defined this. Now, there are some problems whereby I could define our relationship as friendship. Do you understand? I'm all out for you. I'm doing everything for you, because I love you and I care about you. Now, on the other hand, maybe you, Success, it's just your natural kind of person. You just love people. You show love to people. What I'm doing to you because I take you as a friend. For you, you will do it to every other person because you are just like a bag of love, loads of love for you. That is all you live for. That is all you do. And for you, it takes extra effort to someone who you call a friend, because when it comes to a friend, you will not just love the person the way everyone is showing it, or the way I am showing it to you. You will even go extra mile, because at that point you know that for you to do so much for that person, it means you really love that person and the person is your friend. But me, I do not understand that aspect of you, because I feel like I don't care about people, but because I care about you, that's why I call you and I gist with you. I call you, I ask you about your business. But for you, that is what you do to everybody. Once you remember, you just call up, Blossom, how are you doing? Do you know at that point there's a clash of interest, because I'm taking you as a friend, probably as a best friend, but for you, you're looking at this as normal for you. You're just an acquaintance, someone I know, someone I care about. But because your own friends, instead of you calling the person, you probably in a week 2 or 3 times go to the person's office or pick up the person or have a date with the person so that you guys can gist, you have fun. Do you understand? And maybe later on, I'm beginning to find that, okay, she doesn't go out with me, and I see her post, of course, Instagram post, WhatsApp post with this particular ladies, always hanging out, and I started taking offense in that, because I'm like, I call her, I check up on her, I tell her my stuff, she tells me her stuff too. Why am I not part of that circle? Now at this point, what would you advise me to do? And if you were you on the other side, what would you advise the person to do, so you don't lose somebody who is actually going extra mile for you, but because the person's extra mile is just like nothing, maybe a mile for you, and you're not doing the extra. So how would you be able to balance this and handle, like, what advice will you give to me as the person who is going extra mile, and to you who is just normal, but you go extra mile for those who are really your friends? What advice will you give to them? Because I think that is where the women supporting women becomes a shade, and they'll be like, oh, I've been there for her, she never loves me, she's not my friend. So please go ahead.
Okay, so it's a little bit conflicting for me, but if I get you very well, you're asking what advice I would give to someone who is in, I mean, you called me a bag of love and all that. And truly, yes, I love people. I mean, one of the things that, that's just one of the things that I love about myself. I love people and all that. And then you're saying for me, it's natural. But for someone who it's not natural for, who goes all out for me, for maybe someone else who is a friend, and then the person is not reciprocating, what would you advise that person to do when they see such patterns? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, let me try and make it better.
I can't.
Let me use
Okay.
let me use me and you. Naturally, let me put it to my own side now. Naturally, I am somebody who just goes all out for people. That is my kind of person. So, and for you, maybe you're this kind of person, you're reserved, you don't care about anybody, you don't give a hoot about whatever anybody thinks. You just, people that you really care about is who you go all out for. But for me, it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing checking up on you. It's a normal thing visiting you. And for you to go out of your way to come and visit me, it means you're doing a lot, and that means you consider me a friend. But I, for one, I'm not considering you a friend. I'm considering you more like an acquaintance, somebody that I just care about and love. So I visit you based on me. But if I'm now supposed to show you love as a friend, because now it's different from me doing it normally, I will probably have to come to your house, tell you we're going on a vacation, I will take you out probably with my partner, or I'll tell your partner and my partner we should all have a meeting together, let's do the girls hangout or the couples hangout, you understand? But I'm not doing any of that with you, because I do not consider you my friend. I consider another person my friend, and is always on my post, on my status. But you are going all out because your own is to put yourself where you are, but you're doing so much for me already. But I do not understand that. Now, what advice will you give to me that I will be able to measure up? Do you think I should measure up, or I should just tell her, hey, you're just a colleague, you're not my friend? Or what would you advise the other person, because the other person could become toxic? Please go
Okay,
ahead.
so I get it now, and I'm just I don't know. I'm gonna give a general rule that I don't know if I should use the word rule, but something general. When people talk to me about such things like this, I mean, I had a conversation recently with a colleague about a very similar thing. When people share things like this with me, I say this to them. One of the reasons why I've been able to keep very long relationships for a very long time is that I try not to measure, although because I'm human, because recently I did something like that. And I had to call myself back. Success. This is not my way of debating with people, So because I'm human, it may happen. But as much as I could, I try not to measure my the depth of friendship or the depth of love you have for me, or friendship that we share. I try as much as possible not to measure it by what you do to other people. That's because I learned over the years that what you are to me as a friend, even as a friend now, you may not be that same thing to another friend. To me, you may actually be that friend that majorly what you do is to encourage me to push my business brand so hard. But you may not be doing that with another friend. Another friend who you always pray with, but you don't pray with me. But you push my business brand. Is beginning to feel jealous on the basis that, oh, you push success brand, but you don't push mine. And then I'm feeling jealous that you pray with her, you don't pray with me. This is where conflict begins to settle in. This is where we begin to misunderstand ourselves. This is where we begin to lose focus of the beauty that person brings into our life. And we begin to expect things we're not meant to expect. And let's just take a detour. You mentioned something about self-love at the beginning and all of that. I think this is where you have to love yourself first. Because when you don't love yourself, first, your love tank for yourself, by yourself, is not full enough, you begin to expect people to always fill your love tank. And the truth is, you will go all out for people because you are expecting them to go all out for you in the same measure. So it doesn't always work like that. Although I am an advocate of mutual benefit, in the sense that this is what I mean. You cannot be a taker. You cannot always take. No. There has to be a what's the word? There has to be that mutual value and mutual benefits that we both bring to the table. But it may not be the same time. I may be very, very good at checking up on a particular friend, but the other friend is very, very good at supporting me when I have projects, when I have tasks, when I have events, when I have vision and dream. But I may be very good at checking up on them, checking up on their health. So we need to learn that. We need to learn that.
We will learn. We are learning. We are getting a hang of everything. Trust me, as much as you're saying it is not as easy as you say, but you know, we don't have a choice. If we really want to. Okay, if you really,
I agree.
All right.
I just told you that I had a similar period where I felt like I was not being treated, you know, in a particular way. It just came as a phase, and then I reviewed the entire scenario, and I saw that, you know, these things I said applied. It was abuse expectations on like a three-legged chair. You understand? Of course, there are some friendships you would actually build expectations, but not what you have first. Before you build expectations. So that's a bit.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. We have to know that. Now, let me ask this question because of our time. I do not want to forget this question. Now, I know a lot of people do not understand that they have to love themselves first. You have to be intentional about yourself first. Now, that way, people looking at you, people watching you, people around you would know that, and they will be able to love you just the way they see you loving yourself. Because trust me, if you're somebody that when you have money, you take yourself out, you have a good meal, and they see it, you know, when they probably check your status, or maybe when you ask them, when they ask you where did you go to, you're like, oh, I took myself to a Chinese restaurant. I just feel like, you know, treating myself to a very nice spa. You know, I just feel like taking myself out, you know, to just go sightseeing. Trust me, when people, even the other gender, when they hear how much you take care of yourself with your own money, your own fund, I don't think there's anybody, permit me to use the word balls, that would have the balls, the courage, the dexterity to come to you and tell you, hey, I want to take you out. Let's go to, maybe when you're not, maybe the person taking you out will not start telling you how much you're going to spend or how you should eat. Maybe when you're ordering, they'll be like, why are you taking this much? But they know already, standard, this is how you eat, this is how you take care of yourself, this is what you do. You probably do not take pure water, you always take table water. Then somebody's coming to meet you and tell you, what I have is only pure water. You just have to either level up, or you don't even try to offer and tell the person, this is what it is, do you want me to help? Now, I feel like when you're intentional about yourself, you love yourself, it will help people around you love you. Now, but a lot of women do not know that. Trust me, especially mothers, nursing mothers or intending mothers. Sometimes they lost track of themselves and focus more on, which is very good, you have to focus on the baby and the husband, but they lose their self-care, their self-love. And at that point, that is when you start seeing a lot of things. You start wondering why, I don't know, but I'm not saying tying wrapper in the house is not bad, is bad. But that's where you see someone who is always looking very cute, very nice. When you come at home, you meet her at home, and all of a sudden she's she doesn't even care about how she's dressing. She doesn't even care about how her hair looks. You know, she doesn't even care about how she talks in public, because she feels like, okay, I'm now married, or I have a fiance now, I have a child, so what else am I looking at? So my question is, how can we love ourselves intentionally, so that other people that see us would do the same likewise? Maybe not measure up, but at least they will understand that this is how this person loves herself, and they cannot bring that standard down. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Let's shout that one at the rooftop. Tying rapper. Why are you tying rapper in this 21st century? Why? Why? What happened to a very nice shirt in your own house? What happened to a very beautiful top in your own house? Me, I'm shouting. Yeah. What is that rapper? What is it for? What are you tying? Stop it. Okay, so let me answer your question. Okay. So you actually answered the question yourself. You know, earlier when I was saying it, I was saying something that we need to fill our own love tanks and not always wait on other people to fill our love tanks. And you know, love means different things to different people. When you identify what it is to you, you know that this is what it is to me. Even if you cannot afford, and let me quickly say that when we're saying that prioritize self-love, we're not necessarily saying spend all of your money on food or on makeup or on bags or wigs or clothes alone. We're not saying that you have to break the bank to take care of yourself. In fact, I'm going to pick it up from the very first thing that is very, very important. And that is, if we're really going to talk about self-love, the first place, and you know how we mentioned it, is you must know who you are. Yes, it always starts from the place of identity, but I'll take it a level higher. Now, when you know who you are, it helps you to nurture your relationship with who you are. Because the first picture of love that we can truly grab is when we see ourselves as God sees us. So when we understand that we are God's, we are made in His image, we are made in His likeness, He loves us so much, you know, that He's willing to give up anything for us, we would not withhold good things from ourselves. So that's like the first thing. You must learn as a woman to fuel your spirituality. You must fuel your spiritual energy. You must ensure that you know your relationship with God. That's like the foundation of every other thing that I'm going to say. Another very important thing is you must learn to nourish your soul. You must understand, you must figure out what it is that actually rejuvenates. I have found out that when I'm tired, exhausted, when I feel down, I just need to be with my family. I need to be in my circle. I just need to be around the people that actually know that I love. I just need to be around my family. I would refuel. Another way I nurture my soul is, as much as I can be very energetic, I can be very, you know, up and doing with a lot of things, I know when to, you know, go to the corner of my room and just be alone. So you must identify what nourishes your soul. So there are times that we withdraw from the audience, withdraw from activities, withdraw from people, the same people I love. Yes, I do it. You must learn what nourishes your soul. So if this is what nourishes you, what rejuvenates you, you must latch on it. You must hold on to it and, you know, use it to your own advantage. So when you prioritize these things, it's easier for you not to be waiting on someone to help, because sometimes the thing is, we women are like, okay, you are exhausted, especially, you know, you mentioned mothers, you mentioned maybe wives, mothers, intending mothers, nursing mothers, and all that. The truth is, you must learn when you are exhausted and learn how to take a break. Because when you don't learn how to give yourself a break, people will not give you a break. Work will not give you the break you need. If the children will keep calling, doesn't needs you. Your parents needs you. As a woman, everybody needs you. So you must. I'm hearing myself back. Is that a glitch from my end? Okay, so you must
We actually
ensure
have just 1
that
minute
you
for you to
prioritize
wrap
self-
up because of our time.
I'm actually with that point. You must prioritize self-love is really very, very important.
Self-care,
You don't love
that's the
yourself,
most
like
important
you
thing. I really love that one, and it's very true. You know, that was what I even started with: self-love, intentional self-love. I feel the intentional should even be there, because sometimes we think we're showing ourselves self-love, but you see, when you're intentional about it, even when you tend to want to forget, because you're intentional, you always remember and you do it for yourself. So I'm gonna pick two things, okay, three things actually you said. Okay, in few
Let me
seconds.
add
Yes, you want to say
something.
something? Just few seconds. Our time is up.
Okay, I want to say that self-love can be soft and hard at the same time. So sometimes intentional self-love also means intentionally subjecting yourself to a learning process that can grow you and help you to develop, so that you are valuable to the people around you, either family or workplace, so much that there is a big value that is placed on you, and people don't just approach you anyhow, because you have subjected yourself to the rigors of learning and development. So self-love is not necessarily just alone. It can also be hard. I just thought today that maybe someone needed to hear that. So self-love can be both soft and hard.
So much success. I know you do justice, and if I allow you, you know, when we started, I was like, okay, 15-20 minutes. I love the fact when you just said, please take your time, do it as you want, I'm ready for you. And I love that. I was like, okay, because you know you love this topic, so we are going to do justice to it. So first, I just want to appreciate you and say thank you so much for being part of the program, for pouring your heart out, and for sharing this amazing way that we can love ourselves and at the same time love other women, support other women. And I believe, like I said, the take home is, while you're loving other women, you must not necessarily be friends with them. You can just create and have a relationship with them, and that makes it beautiful. And if you can have a relationship with other women around you, trust me, naturally this support will come, this encouragement for other women will come. This bad belly thing, this backbiting, this bragging behind, or shading people will stop, because we need to make it stop. We need to. So I just want to say thank you so much, Success, for joining the program. It's been an amazing one. We love you so much, and of course, happy weekend.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I want to say it's always been a pleasure being on there, and I look forward to doing this more with you. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. All right, thank you very much. And that's it from Success Olaleya Asuyo. I said women supporting women. She has been supportive of this program right from the onset, and sometimes she just be like, can we talk about this? Can you guys talk about that? And of course she has been very, very available for us whenever we call to her. So we say thank you again. And of course, for those who are just joining us and are still watching or have been watching, thank you very much for joining. If you've missed this, go to our YouTube channel, the Galaxy TV News, and watch this program. It will help you love women, love yourself, and support other women better.